A race. Hi everyone, it's Kay and welcome back to my channel. Now I know I mentioned that in the beginning of my video or of my channel that I would be posting baking videos, but I found out that they have been so hard. I actually tried once. It was going to be about a cake that I was making for a friend's party, but it was just a bit tedious and I kind of decided to put that off a bit more. But a friend of mine actually pushed me and kept asking me when I was actually going to put a baking video. I guess doing a cake was a bit too much for me, so I decided to do this with my chocolate chip cookie recipe. I hope you guys watch this video or make it till the end, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you even try it or bake at home, I would be so happy to see you try it at your kitchens. So here we are. Shout out to my friend. Her name is Angelica Rosales. Thank you for making this video finally happen. So the first thing that you have to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For today's recipe, chocolate chip cookie recipe, you will need a bowl, your scoop for your portions, and a spatula or a wooden one is fine. So we'll need melted butter. This is 200 grams of melted butter, 200 grams of brown sugar, 150 grams of white granulated sugar, 2 eggs. It doesn't matter if it's room temperature or straight from the fridge, 300 grams of all-purpose flour. This is unsifted. It's fine if you want to sift it, but for this recipe, it's all right to use unsifted all-purpose flour. You will also need chocolate chip cookies. So I use the Nestle semi-sweet chocolate chip cookies. This is 350 grams. 3 grams of baking soda or 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Some vanilla, about a teaspoon or so. Sea salt, the one that's not in the grinder, for your toppings on the cookies. Now we're gonna start mixing. So we'll start with our 300 grams of all-purpose flour, unsifted, and our baking soda as well. So we can already go ahead and mix those with our spatula. Mix those, and then we can set this aside. Okay, make sure it is evenly distributed into the all-purpose flour. Now we're going to take our bowl and our spatula, and we can go ahead and put our 2 sugars into the bowl. So our brown and white sugar. And then we add in our melted butter. This is salted butter, by the way, but you can also use unsalted. So this recipe yields 3 dozen cookies, depending on the size of the scoop that you are using, of course. I'm using a 50 scoop. I don't know how many ounces that is. It doesn't say. I forgot to memorize what or how many ounces that scoop holds, but it says 50 inside the thing. So we are going to cream our butter and sugar. Make sure your butter is melted but not piping hot, because that will change the texture and consistency of our batter and of course of our cookie. Next, we are going to add in our 2 eggs. 1 and 2. Awesome. Mix in both those eggs. You can also do this with a mixer, with your paddle attachment, of course, if it's easier for you. But when I started to do this recipe, or when I started baking, I actually did not have a mixer at home. So I did everything by hand. Evenly distribute. And there we have our mix. We can then add our vanilla extract. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon You could also do a tablespoon if you want. There you go. I'm using the Watkins baking vanilla. That's what I use. Going to add our all-purpose flour in 2 batches or 3 if you have the time. So just fold in our mix. You don't have to be careful about this batter. You just mix it until everything is incorporated well. So in with our second batch of flour. So this is our dough, all mixed, our cookie dough. And now we are just going to add our 350 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chip. Obviously, you can use any kind of chocolate chip that you want for your cookies, but this has proven to be my favorite because it's not too sweet and it just has the perfect balance and taste for a chocolate chip cookie. I remember bringing this all the time to family gatherings or would like have friends over, and this was the only thing I would bring, and all the time I would not be able, there would not be any leftovers from the batch that I would always bring. Now we're just gonna have it rest for about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. And then we are going to start scooping it and topping it with our sea salt. So this is the one that I use. You can use any sea salt, obviously, but this was the one I found at Sprouts, and yeah. Or any flaky like Maldon salt would also be good. So be back in 10 to 15 minutes. But wait, what can I do in 10 to 15 minutes? Okay, that was 10 to 15 minutes. So let's grab our handy dandy scooper. So we're gonna do a dozen at a time. So just take a generous amount. Doesn't have to be flat on the scoop. And start scooping. Awesome. And then we're gonna start putting sea salt on the top of our cookies. Some recipes you have to usually flatten the dough to help it spread, but this one actually spreads nicely on its own. But I have to say, when you do spread this cookie, it will become big. It will turn into a big cookie when you do spread it. And now these are gonna go into the oven for about 7 minutes. Since I only have a convection oven and there's no the heat in the oven is not rotating, so I'm going, after another 7 minutes, I'm gonna rotate it and cook it or bake it again. Cookies are spreading. And now another 7 minutes, or until it's golden brown. And these are our cookies. Nice and warm and fresh from the oven. Going to bake the 2 other dozens, and then we are going to snack. So good. Crunchy on the outside and chewy on the inside, and it's still fresh from the oven and warm with a cold glass of milk. Perfection. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments or on Instagram if you guys tried this recipe. You could tag me and hashtag dayswithk if you want, or tag me on Instagram whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like if you had fun watching, or hit the subscribe channel if you want to see more videos. Again, I'd like to thank my friend Angelica Rosales for really pushing me to make this baking video finally happen. Before I forget, if you guys noticed that I was using a watch all throughout the video, this is from Rolantico Roses. I have a discount code that you guys can use. It's 30% off plus free shipping. It will be in the description box down below, including the link of the website of the online shop. They are Rolantico Roses. They sell luxury gift items, so go ahead and check it out, guys. This is the rose gold Geneva watch. It's really pretty. And I also got another one in gold. Go ahead and check out the online shop, guys. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye. I'm just gonna eat another cookie.